Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Day Picks. I'm Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com with you here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Different live free picks for today's action. So, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time so you can get the best numbers with your plays. Before we get underway, just make note of a few things. Let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all pre-and pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys, so go ahead and post your picks in the comments there below. We welcome everyone's comments every single day here on the site, so go ahead and take care of that. And of course, visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to Hot Cappers, get signed up to our long-term passes. Hot Cappers like Ramon, Scott, and Mindy have been on absolute fire. Morning Steam putting up some great numbers as well. And I've been in the pop leaderboards here. I've been doing well over the past week, so get ahead and get signed up. Of course, you'll find our latest premium picks here in the center of the page. With best bets, each capper can release one best bet per sport per day. We're locked and loaded here for Wednesday's action. $15 premium pick is promotional. Each capper can designate a play on their card as a $15 premium pick to enrich their service and new and existing customers. And 3 packs offer great value as well. The multi-packs, as you can see, we're up and ready to go there as well. And of course, as you scroll, you will find our pick ticker. There you can purchase the plays a la carte with team versus team information. All right, we'll get here underway here with Game Day Picks. And of course, joining us today here on the show here on Game Day Picks will be Scott and Mindy Hahn. So let's get underway here with the Game Day Picks. We'll go ahead and look at this one underway. Let's welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com, where she's been on absolute fire. You guys can check the numbers up for the year to date. She's been putting up some impressive numbers. So we'll bring in Mindy right now. See if we're ready to roll here with Mindy Hahn. I was just trying to get my directing ready to roll here, as we have to make some slight adjustments as we're trying to get our switch box corrected. There's some tech issues with that, but there's trying to work out a quick solution here. Mindy, what's happening?
I'm doing well, Tony.
All right. Well, timing is everything, right? Disaster strikes at the worst time. Anyway, all right, Mindy, we will take a look here at your game tonight here. Let's see. We got the numbers up here. UCF and Florida are facing in the NIT here. We've got Florida here favored 2.5. The total sits here at 145.5.
Yeah, so I think this one should be a fun one today. If I look at UCF, they are just 4-6 on the road this season, 5-5 on the road against the spread, and 6-6 against the spread. In their last 12 here overall, Florida, they're 10-5 at home, 8-7 against the spread at home, and then only 4-6 against the spread in their last 10 here as well. Both of these teams have kind of been led by freshmen all year, so we don't kind of have to worry about too much about, if these two teams are just going to play a whole bunch of freshmen. They've already been playing all season, so we don't have to worry too much about that. And that was kind of basically due to a lot of injuries here as well. Florida is 10-1 all-time versus UCF, but they really haven't played since 2012. UCF is 65th right now in Ken Palm's rankings, 49th on defense and 89th on offense. My rankings are just a little bit different. I have them a little bit lower ranked at about 77th overall. 50th on defense, though, which is a little bit better, and then 169th on offense. UCF does have some pretty good non-conference win here this season. They beat Florida State, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, and Memphis in overtime. I think that one is a huge one, like 104-103. They were also really close with Miami this season, only losing by 2 and only losing by 8 to Houston. So the Knights, they also have 4 folks that like to score in double digits. And I like those double-digit scorers because I feel like we always have more consistency on the floor that way. They are also excellent free throw shooters. Now, Florida, Ken Palm here ranks them 63rd, 30th on defense, and 112th on offense. I have them ranked a little bit lower, 119th overall, 137th on defense, and 137th on offense, and 119th on defense. So it's kind of one of these situations where I kind of feel like we have a smaller school here that really kind of wants to show Florida what they have. UCF, I kind of have them with the better defense here in this one, a closely rated offense. especially with how they can shoot. From the floor. I mean, on that free throw line when it comes down to the end of the game. I think they can definitely keep this close. They are ranked 18th in the nation in free throw percentage here. I'm going to take UCF here plus the 2.5 here. That's going to be my play today.
All right, Mindy here on UCF, the underdog plus 2.5 here against Florida. This is an NIT, so there is a home and road situation here in this one. But yeah, UCF, one of the teams here, coached by Johnny Dawkins, that have been one of those steady teams playing defense. You just don't get to the top of the conference, but they are competitive. I mean, I've seen some competitive games here against Houston. Against Memphis as well. So they faced some pretty tough competition. Cincinnati, I thought, had a really good season. They shot the ball very well this season. We're playing these teams twice, so they've been pretty well tested there in conference.
Yeah, sure, right. And and it's not like Florida's been any slouches either. They got off to a really nice start, then had, probably their best player go down in February. So they've had a little bit of struggles, since. And I think that might factor, into this a little bit too, just that UCF has maybe headed a little bit in the different direction as we're moving, through the weeks here, because I look at mine as, a rolling average, kind of like how you do, Tony, that we kind of take a look at, more of these conference games and how they fare. So sometimes it is trying to decide, or, it's a little bit hard to try to decipher, between these teams that are not like talent, right? But it's like everything that I look at here when it comes to shooting, the Knights are good, plus they're just not really bad on the road. They're, 4-1 in their last 5 here. And it's the Gators that are 4-6 against the spread in the last 10, the ones that haven't really been covering, even though I feel like, they're playing more of that consistent, talent. So that's the only thing that worries me a little bit is that talent gap. But I think just having the better shooting, the better defense, plus I've mentioned they've gone across, quite a few pretty good teams here. I think we can all say also. And also they're just better from the 3-point line. Also, I just think that all of this kind of together kind of puts Central Florida in a place that I think especially that they're going to be, motivated. It was only 2 yesterday where the home teams didn't get the victory. But if you take a look, most of those folks didn't really cover the spread either, besides Rutgers and Eastern Washington there, or Washington State. But, I just really think here that UCF has, more to prove here, and I think they're going to do that today.
Well, Eastern Washington made a huge run to cover that, a huge one at the end of that one. For those of you that stayed up, didn't watch that one late, that was a wild one. But Mindy here on UCF plus 2.5 here against Florida. This one here, 7 Eastern time here. This is the NIT tonight. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com. We've been on absolute fire here. You see the numbers here, 2,511 units of profit for 2023. That is all documented over at Tony's Picks. You can verify that by going over to Mindy's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You'll see all the plays up there for you. Okay, we got the playing round still continuing here from the NCAA tournament. 8 NIT games. We got NBA on the board, hockey as well. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so I'm excited to be in quite a few of these games here today. Had some games locked in on the overnight for sure. I wanted to make sure I got lines in before they moved. And I think I got the better of the numbers there for my subscribers. And then also took a look once we got done here with morning steam. Liked how the direction of the lines moved in my favor again. So I think we're ready, set up for some victories here today. So take a look at getting some of those packages. I put 2 together. One is an NIT special. The other one is going to be more of, the overall. You have a little bit of the play-in game there as well. So you can go ahead and check those out. Reasonably priced at only $25 there. Also have a guaranteed best bet in the late night, in the wee hours. And then also 3 today in the NBA. Went ahead and put together a 3-pack in the NBA. Also have 1 best bet, so have 4 plays total, and then 1 game in the NHL. Ramon and I couldn't come to any consensus today, so we gave out a lot of free picks. So that's the good part about doing the show. So sometimes if we don't agree, we still give you 2 good ones. That's kind of the benefit there. But I think instead of buying these a la carte today, you are going to get the bigger bang for your buck if you get something a little bit longer term. I mean, if you add these up and you put in $25 here, $25 there, $15 there, you might as well just go ahead and buy a 3-day pass. It basically costs the same. And then plus, you know that I'm a volume handicapper, so you'll get quite a few games in order to be in action as well. So we're looking forward to having a really good rest of the week and then get geared up for the weekend. And then once you increase that bankroll, you can look at something even longer term, perhaps a month-long package where you can go ahead and get the start of Major League Baseball. I think we're all in the same boat. We can't wait. It's been hard to not, get into too much action here on the baseball cards yet. So I see lots of scoring. That makes me really happy as a fan as well. And of course, Tony, we're gonna find out how it affects those pitchers. I think some will thrive with this situation of having to pitch fast, and others will have a difficult time with maybe having to, get used to, the non-slowdown. How about that?
That's right. It's gonna take some time to get used to that. Conditioning, cardio is gonna be very important this year for those pitchers. So stay away from the little liquid at the end of the games. Don't drink a loaf of bread, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, for anyhow, over at Tony6.com. And of course, you can see a lot of the action tonight here from College Hoops NIT up there on the board here with their packages, as well as a 3-pack here from College Hoops. And of course, NBA in action. Best bets from NHL as well as NBA. Of course, instead of buying all these plays individually, you may just get the longer term passes. The 30-hour sports pass covers the entire tournament. All the NCAA tournament premium picks here from Mindy. Also, the minor tournaments are covered. We got NIT. You're throwing in the CBI on the weekend. So there's a lot happening there. And of course, we got, don't forget the NBA, the NHL. Of course, there'll be some baseball. I know we'll probably take about 10 to 14 days before you get the action from Mindy, but there'll be a few days of baseball in there with the 1-month pass. And of course, we'll save you some money here when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll be able to save a 20% off your purchase. And as a matter of fact, on a 1-month pass, that amounts to about $66 when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see there in the description and click the All Cappers tab. When you do that, you'll land right on Mindy's page. So go ahead and get signed up. And also, too, we mentioned the 3-day pass. 7-day pass will get you a lot of action, too. That whittles the tournament down to 16 teams. So it's you make the choice there and just use a promo code. It will apply to all of them as well. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you over on our Twitter, 26 Mindy. Also, we can catch you on the morning steam. I know there'll be a Friday show here, so you'll take the day off on Monday. And of course, we can find you as well as on Discord with a bracket challenge out there.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that we keep on thinking that we're getting towards the end of the season, so it gears down. But actually, it feels like it's ramped up more than ever with all of these, plays here today. And then, of course, because of the morning steam, I'm going to be, handicapping baseball. It may not be my best work initially, right? But that may get me in there a little bit faster as well. I'll be itching to be, making some good plays out there. So make sure you check us out on the morning steam. Again, we will be in here this Friday, so you guys don't even have to fret about that at all. But yeah, catch us on the morning steam where we go over all of the pro card. And then, of course, we have a select few from college here as well. That way you get there in the morning. We're the earliest show on YouTube. You get the line movement, you get the steam, you get the injuries. So you can definitely go ahead and make the best plays out there. Plus, you get all of your friends out there that we're just hanging out, drinking coffee with. They're going to give you their best plays as well. And we know that everyone is pretty sharp in the morning steam chat room. Lots of winners again last night, Tony. They were just coming in bragging about how good they are. So I think it's awesome, all the winning that's occurring. And I look at the chat room. I look at Ramon. I think we got a good thing going here. So we're excited for the show, and we're excited for how things are going to work here moving forward on, Tony'sPicks.com and the YouTube channel. Lots of good things here in the future. You can also find me in the Discord and on Twitter. On Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy. You can go ahead and find another play tonight. It's going to be from the NBA, so go ahead and make sure you check that out. I did see those go out today, so they're available for you. And then also in the Discord, you can find me as well. You can ask us any questions. You can put out your plays. I prefer same game parlays, so I can cheat off of you guys and win me some cash on the side with my free plays. I feel like I might as well take advantage of those if they give them to me. And so far, we've been having lots of success. And then also, yes, we have right now the bracket challenge. Everyone that watches the morning steam, everyone that watches Game Day Picks, all you got to do is get into the Discord. The bracket challenge is free of charge. All we need is for you to get in there. We have about 15 folks right now. So don't let us have an easy time at it. We need more people to come in and help us out. And there will be some wonderful food prizes for the victors. So Ramon, he wants to, get steak and lobster, and I'm sure you guys do too. So make sure you get after it and get entered, sooner than later here. We only got, about 24 hours or so to go.
Yeah, so we'll get those brackets in. We put the link for the Discord in the chat room. I pinned it again. I had Latifah's message pinned for some reason. But anyway, we got it now pinned correctly there on the Discord. So go ahead and get signed up. And, of course, you'll find a link directly there. You just go and just do a sign-in process. I mean, it's 2023, guys. You guys should know how to sign into these things. I mean, just go in there and sign in to the CBS Sports, create a username, a password, then go in there, put in your brackets. And I would suggest when you go to the brackets, when you see your email shows up, you can hide your email by hitting the settings there. So that's a little thing there. Sure. There's a little settings box, a little gear box on the top. Click it. It says, keep my email public or private. You set the private and it will hide your email. So some of those folks, I don't want my email getting out. Well, you can't do it very easily by just hitting the gear box there on the top. Right. And then you'll be able to do that as well. So again, get in the bracket challenge. I'm in there already. I already got the bracket taken care of. I just did it. Right. And you can see there.
Ramon's in there. You're in there. I'm the one that's being a little bit lazy. We can see all of the teams. But I mean, I'm definitely in tonight. Don't worry. I just haven't done it yet.
And then Tiffany.
I'm going to get on her too because I'm going to her house. She's making me sloppy joes today, so nice. We're going to go over to watch FDU play. So we'll be watching the game together. Nice.
That's cool. So check it out right there, you guys. We gave you the Discord. Of course, get on board with Mindy for the March Madness. Fantastic, exciting times. Get all our plays there. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. Access Mindy's page. Just click the link you see in the description. Go to the All Cappers tab and get signed up. All right, Mindy, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that fine work, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
That's right. Don't miss out on any of these winners. Get in there. Buy a package now. Thanks so much.
You got it. Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you here on Game Day Picks, Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. We want you guys to be live with us, get the plays in real time. And also, we'd like you to participate in our chat room where lots happening there indeed. Let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. Time for Ramon. Let's bring Ramon in. You'll catch him over at Tony'sPicks.com, doing fine work up there. Ramon, what's the word?
Yeah, Tony, getting ready for tonight's action with those play-in games. Are they in? Are they out if it's a play-in game? Is it a tournament win? I don't know, but good games tonight. We'll see who makes the field of 64. You got to click those radio buttons, I call them, there in our little contest. And, I put my picks in, and we'll see who comes out on top.
That's right. Let's see who comes out. Oh, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Exciting here with this bracket challenge. We'll see who comes out on top, who's the king of the steam. We'll find that out here indeed. But anyway.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
King or queen of the steam?
Oh, that's right.
Can't forget the queen. We cannot. And the queen of hockey. Can't forget her.
I think I have another lady or two already signed up as well in there. So everybody's invited. Come on.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. There are some good prizes out there. As you know, Minnie's had a very good year. so good that she put up for the prize. so good that she's putting up some steak dinners and what you have. You can see she's having a great year. No doubt about that. Bankroll, that big huge bankroll of Minnie's. But anyway, we go to the World Baseball. Yes, we do document the World Baseball Classic. Ramon has put in plays back there. So if you are a subscriber of Ramon, he has plays up there. He does put them up on the Discord, so he's more than qualified to cover this game tonight. You know, we've talked about it a lot in his morning steam show. So those of you who haven't been following the steam, Ramon has been wired into this World Baseball Classic. He likes to stay up late, watch the games. Sometimes they're up early, sometimes they're on when he's doing the morning steam show. But tonight, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic on paper looks big here. Dominican Republic 330, total of 10.
They're all big today, Tony. We've already seen some key results. We just had my second premium of the day come in on the under again. Venezuela advances. They go 4-0. They beat Israel 5-1 just a few minutes ago before we came on the air. Venezuela, they were the 4-0 team in Pool D. Not Dominican Republic, not Puerto Rico, Venezuela. They've kind of emerged now as maybe the favorite to win. Yes, Dominican is still alive. This is what makes this game so big, Tony. In Game 4, in Pool D, who's going to advance? The other Pool D teams are the United States and Colombia. Now, the United States is a huge favorite tonight, and they're 2-1, so they just got a dispatch of Colombia, and they're through. What's going to happen to DR and PR? Both these teams, Tony, are 2-1. One of these teams is going to advance, and one of them's going to, well, I would say go back to their island, but they're going back to spring training. More likely, if they lose this one. You don't want to lose this one, especially if you're a heavy favorite like the Dominican Republic. They're about $4 on the money line. They opened as, low as maybe $3.50 or so, but pretty big line, don't you think? We've got a lot of major leaguers out here. An all-star team, really, though, for the Dominican Republic. Not washed up, but everybody's favorite guy they like to bet on, Johnny Cueto on the mound for the Dominican Republic tonight. That's the man they'll go to for the big game, the elimination game, if you will, virtually here between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic's won 3 out of the last 5 meetings. These two met in the 2013 final 10 years ago. The DR won that one 3-0, but they've had some big games since then. Hey, no, not many hotter right now than the Padres. Manny Machado, back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games right now for the Dominican Republic. They got a stacked lineup with Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, Rafael Devers. Eloy Jimenez came through with the big play. Robbie Cano's still in there. The only guy who's been able to solve the DR, Tony, one of the best stories, I'll do my handicap, but everybody, if you didn't see, 21-year-old Duque Habert of Nicaragua, he struck out Juan Soto, Julio Rodriguez, and Manny Machado, and the 21-year-old from Nicaragua was walking out of the stadium, and a scout went up to him from the Tigers and pretty much signed him on the spot to a minor league contract. So great stories coming out of the World Baseball Classic for Puerto Rico, managed by Yadi Molina. They'll have Dominic Hamill, the Mets farmhand, going in this one. He'll be backed up certainly by some bullpen action. Jose De Leon, he won't be in the bullpen, but he's coming off a strong effort. He basically threw a perfect game, a shortened game, a run rule game. But after Hamill, depending on how far he can go, you only get 65 pitches, and you've got to come out and bring out another pitcher. So you'll have guys like Axel Rios, Edwin Diaz, Dwayne Underwood, Nick Padilla coming in for the PR. Puerto Rico's lineup, guys like Frankie Lindor, Kike Hernandez, Javi Baez, Eddie Rosario kind of leading the way right now. So I just feel like, Tony, it's such a big game, an important game. You're going to have a great spirit in the crowd. This is going to be a great spirit. It's going to be insane, actually. So you think if it's just spring training, you're not fan of this tournament. I know we got the basketball going on, but you might want to consider tuning in 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and 4 Pacific for this one raucous crowd that we're going to see here with Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic in Pool D. Winner advances. I'm taking 2.5 runs, Tony, with the PR right now. I know Dominican Republic's going to be a stiff favorite, but you can't deny the spirit of Puerto Rico in this one, getting a couple of runs. I would think it's going to be a thrilling game, actually. They got a couple other guys that can come out of the bullpen as well. Rodriguez, Hector Santiago, talking about Puerto Rico here. So I think they can stay within 2.5 runs. One funny, Tony, the Dominican Republic, I mentioned Yadi Molina managing Puerto Rico. The other day, Nelly Cruz came up. Remember the old days, you had player manager, Frank Robinson, of course. You think of one of the great player managers, Pete Rose has done it. Nelly Cruz of Dominican Republic, he's not a player manager. He's the general manager, and he plays. So Nelly Cruz, now with Pods, made a contribution also in the last game. So DR will have some good pitchers coming out of the bullpen, likely Genesis Cabrera. Man, he can throw. Luis Ortiz, Luis Garcia. But I'm going to take 2.5 runs with Puerto Rico here. I expect this game, the total's pretty high. Might get involved in a little premium action here even. It should be a thrilling game, an important game. The loser's out of the World Baseball Classic. And just a little update right now, Mexico and Canada are underway as well in a very, very important game. Basically, the winner is going to move on. Mexico leading 2-1 in the bottom of the first inning right now. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and then to wrap it up tonight, USA, Colombia, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. U.S. the big favorite in that one, as I said. So this is the one. This is the game that, until you get to those elimination games, this is the biggest game of the tournament right now, given the stakes and given the neighborly rivalry, if you will. A little bit of rivalry, but a lot of, companionship with these two countries as well. Share a lot of great culture down there. So this one should be awesome. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I'm taking Puerto Rico plus 2.5 runs.
All right, Ramon here on Puerto Rico plus 2.5 runs, plus 105 against the Dominican Republic. And of course, looking at this big line here, getting 2.5 runs, it seems like it's a lot here for Puerto Rico. As you said, they got players of major leagues. You mentioned some of the players. And what are some of the limitations on the pitchers in this tournament?
65 pitches, Tony, and that's when you've got to move on. So that's really all you get. And we've seen some pretty outstanding performances from pitchers, but you just don't have them going, complete games, if you will, because they, other than, like I said, Jose De Leon, really, they think of, pretty good pitcher, and really basically said there was a highlight of his, professional career to pitch the way he did in getting, basically a perfect game last time out. It was shortened, I think, to 5 2/3, whatever, 6 innings. They even drew it back. I think once they got the run rule for gambling purposes, they actually draw it back, of course, to the last complete inning. A 10-0 victory turned out to be a 7-0 victory, according to the books. So you could be careful on that one, but a lot of books just rule it. The run rule is different than weather, Tony. When it's official, it's official. So that's why you see all these totals that are hanging out 10.5, 11.5. And games that can end. We saw one, game finish basically 10-0 when the spread was, on a minus, I don't know, must have been minus 4,000, and the total was 10.5. So Venezuela, though, man, they're looking pretty strong right now. Their pitching also looking good. You think of their bats. I think with the DR, you think of, all those big bats, and I think that's why they've gained such favoritism in the tournament. No doubt about it. I mean, they've, they've been there, done that. And, made fun of the U.S. a little bit with their JV pitching staff, but I'm sure that they can also run very, very deep once we get to the next round. And we're going to be on the elimination round. Some teams are already headed here. Cuba won this morning against Australia. They're going to be heading over to the States to participate in the next round as well. So we're ready to roll now. It's going to be elimination time, starting with some of these games tonight. The next round is official elimination.
Knockout.
That's what we saw. Yep, we saw the knockout round with Cuba defeating Australia. They were basically over a $3 favorite, and Australia put 2 men on in the top of the ninth, made a very, very exciting finish. But Cuba has also moved on, and Cuba, they're bringing some major leaguers as well. The guys they left off their roster could have made up a bit of an all-star team too, but this is the first time Cuba has ever had professionals. We say professionals, we mean major leaguers on their team. We know they're professionals.
Now, in this game here, what percentage of players? I guess I would probably say starters, probably on all major leaguers. The benches, are there any clubs in Dominican? I know there's club baseball in Mexico. We joke about that league when you give out those picks in the summer. I know some of these players play Caribbean leagues. I know in Mexican League Baseball they play in the winter. Some of these teams play in Caribbean. So there's usually going to be probably your starters are going to be all major leaguers. There'll be probably some pitchers, maybe some backups that play in the local club leagues. Is that what we're seeing?
Oh, for sure. In fact, the Dominican team is. I want to say it's 100% major leaguers or players that have had major league experience. There are a couple players on PR that play, I believe, in Japan as their professional experience right now. But the DR is basically a major league team, no doubt about it. Unlike some of the teams, Tony, where I mentioned tonight, for example. Dominic Hamill playing for Puerto Rico. I don't want to say they're using the heritage card. That's kind of what they call it, where your, mother or father was born. And a lot of the other international teams, especially teams like Italy, Israel, where players were maybe born in the U.S. and have a parent that was born in those countries. That's the qualification to participate on one of those other teams. For the most part, with Dominican Republic, all the players were born pretty much like in the Dominican. I think a few maybe have been, were born in the United States, but those teams have more natives on their rosters than some of the teams that participate. And a lot of those teams were a mix of minor league talent, and now we're left stranded with the big boys.
There we are. All right, to Ramon here on Puerto Rico, plus 2.5 runs, plus 105 against the Dominican Republic, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I think Fox 1 has been televising some of these games over the Fox network. All right, Ramon, we got the game in for you guys here. And, of course, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com right now as we're getting into, day 2 of the NCAA play-in, the first 4 they call it. Of course, we have a lot of action there. NBA on the board, as well as hockey. We'll flash those numbers up again here for Ramon. They've been impressive here. 3,415 units of profit for 2023. That is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com, so you can verify those by going over to Ramon's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You can see all the plays there for you. All right, Ramon, good action tonight. What do you have going on over at the site?
I don't know what we're going to do, Tony, when the NCAA tournament gets to 90 teams, but we'll be here tonight. I have a 3-pack in the NHL, just 4 games on the board. Mindy and I couldn't come to a consensus, but I've got 3 plays for you. That means over at Tony'sPicks.com with that NHL 3-pack right there, $30. Pick up my top 3 plays tonight in the NHL on tonight's card. 2 of the games go off at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific, and the other one is the late game out west. So pick up that 3-pack. Also tonight, Tony, I've got a 3-pack in college basketball. Going to keep you in action all night. I've got a selection in each of the NCAA tournament games tonight, followed by the late game out west in the NIT. So stay in action all night with me here and keep piling on those units that you see, the handicapper leaderboard there that I've been racking up as we get involved. We get moving forward with the big action tomorrow. Don't forget, now's the time. Pick it up. Maybe the weekly tonight, maybe the monthly, of course, because this is the big tournament 2 weeks, but man, if you want to make sure you're involved these next 2 days, I'll even recommend the 3-day right now, because you'll get tonight's action plus tomorrow the 16 games in the NCAA tournament. Friday, the 16 games in the NCAA tournament. You know when these games start: noon Eastern, 11 Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, on the 4 networks that are covering. I say the CBS family kind of, but you know what I mean, the TNT, the TBS, if you will, the True TV and the CBS, and all those games getting underway in their little windows this weekend. Starts a little bit later out here in the West, but still, this is where you want to be in action on these games. Yeah, I think the other weeks were busy. Last week was busier, but these games are more important. Grab the 3-day at least right now. Don't miss a play. With the packs, there's just too much. The start times are balanced. We're gonna have to put in multiple packages probably and stuff, because I'm gonna be in action in a lot of these games, no doubt about it. So grab one of the packages, please, right now. Hey, if you're doing fine, I get it. Just go ahead, push forward, join us on the morning's team. That's just fine. But if you just, I'm not saying a little extra help or whatever, but it just makes you feel good when you got that little information in your back pocket from a proven winner. You can just check out the handicapper leaderboards, see what I'm talking about, especially in college basketball. Look at our Who's Hot menu, drop it down to college basketball, pick the last 30 days or since the first of the year, and see what those units look like, see who's up there and who's got the winning units so far in college basketball. So that's why you want to get my packages for this week's college action. So that's it for now, Tony. I'm going to have something in college and pro basketball, but Mindy and I had a great consensus with the morning's team tonight. So you can go back and watch that show, pick up our consensus winners there tonight. I'm going to add a few, I think, certainly to complement this action, but we were together, and I believe for 5 games tonight as part of our package. If you don't want to watch the show, you can subscribe to the morning Steam Picks, just like you can our premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Just sign up. You don't have to watch the show. You don't have to move any scroll bars on YouTube. You don't have to keep rewinding if you miss it. Write it down, screenshot it, whatever. You can just pay for the picks and have them in your have them at the ready just by going to Tony'sPicks.com and hear what Mindy and I did in tonight's NBA action, where we've been clicking pretty good as well. It's an interesting NBA card going up against the NCAA tournament tonight. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com, pick up my premium picks for this week. Get involved all weekend. It's not just the 16 games Thursday and Friday, 8 games on Saturday, 8 games on Sunday. They probably got, I didn't look at the times, Tony, but I always get a little flustered when it comes down. They get cute with the TV and they're like, oh, we got 1 game now. Now we got 4 games. Now we got 3 games. Hopefully they fix that a little bit. I like watching a couple at the same time, but didn't look at the times just yet. One day at a time here with these tournament picks. And it's going to be some good ones tonight, no doubt about it. We all know Texas Southern and FDU, Arizona State and Nevada in action tonight. And I've got plays on both of them at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon's got over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll flash the numbers up there again. You can see here 3,415 units of profit for 2023. That's all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get on it. Sign up with Ramon. You'll find his college basketball 3-pack up there right now. Tournament games as well as 1 late NIT here on this 3-pack. Also on the ice with a 3-pack now, instead of buying these plays individually or in packages. Just get the long-term pass. We have a 3, or a 7, or a 30-day pass. 30-day pass gets you the entire tournament. 7-day pass will get you the tournament until they knock it down to 16 teams. It'll whittle it down to 16 when you get that 7-day pass. That's a way to roll. Of course, the 3-day pass, you'll get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as action. So a lot's going on here. The whittles are 32 when you get that 3-day pass. So you make the call, but whatever you do, just remember the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off your purchase. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. You'll land on his page. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's X Ramon. Lots going on with the morning steam. There'll be a show Friday here. There'll be days off here. The next 2 weeks will be on Mondays to cover the the Elite Eight and the round of the round of 64 on Friday, right? We'll have 64 teams in that round of 64 there. So lots happening there, and of course over at Discord as well.
Can't wait for the action over the next 2 days. What did they do to my Aztec? I touted Charleston all year on our shows a couple times, also on the morning's team, and they put that Charleston team right up against my Aztecs. I'm scared because I was saying Charleston is one of those sleeper deep run type of teams. Also maybe FAU, we'll see, but careful now, guys, when you go in those brackets, because if we've got a limited field, we know what we have 70 people there, maybe in the smaller the field. Sometimes you gotta. I don't want to go any reverse psychology on anybody, Tony, make them make the wrong picks and leave it wide open for somebody like me. But anyways, you said it, Tony. Go to Tony's Picks for Ramon. Pick up another free play today, if you will. We got free plays on Twitter at Tony's Picks for Ramon. I put in a free play every day. It makes it to Twitter. Get another free play that way. Also, take a look at right here on Tony'sPicks.com, embedded videos here for a couple of more plays. Tony, you previewed the games on the side. I gave out the totals, and it comes to you in our sponsored video, Utah Valley against New Mexico. What's going to happen in this wild one? Check out our sponsor video right here on the website. Get my play in that one. Also add it with Tony's play. You want a parlay video? Watch Tony's video. Watch my video. You'll get a side and a total. That'll keep you involved in that one. Also, same thing. Alcorn State, North Texas in the NIT. I gave out the total. Tony gave out the side. There's another two-teamer for you, kind of a dual play between Tony and I. There's that leaderboard video up there. Just click on it, and you'll get that free play winner, Alcorn and North Texas in the NIT tonight. So please check those out if you want more free plays from the man atop the 30-day leaderboards right there, Red Hot Ramon Scott. I just talked about myself in the third person. Why not?
Why not? Ramon's been hot, guys. So you'll find more picks here on our site, our leaderboard video. Check it out with a free pick there from Ramon Scott there when you click that, as well as our homepage, our sponsored videos. So a lot more content there over at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up. And, of course, check out the Discord. You'll find Ramon in there. And, of course, don't forget about the bracket contest. So take part in that. A lot of excitement going in there. A lot of content, a lot of free picks. A lot of information from. We really just show the link to the Discord just in our live show. So you'll know you will know a lot of the people there in the room because they're really from our chat. So be sure to pay a visit there and click the link and go ahead and get signed up to it. And join us in the bracket challenge. It'll be a lot of fun there. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up all that great work you've been doing. We'll catch you in the morning steam, and we'll talk with you again on the show tomorrow.
Yep, please, guys, go right now if you can. We'll talk about it one more time before tomorrow, before the tournament. I say the tournament actually starts, but you got to get those picks in just like any bracket you're running. But please join ours. It's going to be a lot of fun. You got to get those plays in before noon Eastern, 9 Pacific tomorrow to be involved. It's not about taking Mindy's donation to the food. It's about winning and having fun and seeing who's on the leaderboard, but we'll compensate you with lunch, dinner, or breakfast.
It's the food, Ramon. It's the food. It's the food.
What's my motivation? What's my motivation? It's right in front of me.
That's right.
I can't wait to see who wins. I can't wait to see who wins. I've got just as. Of course, everyone's got just the same equal chance. We're all good sports fans and experts. Can't wait to see who wins. That'll be so fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right, Ramon.
I can bring them on the show.
That's right. Bring them on the show, indeed. You can, as always, Ramon, have a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony. Join the Discord. Join the contest, please.
Join the Discord. Join the contest, indeed. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you here on Game Day Picks, Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time, get the best numbers and all that great stuff, guys. Be sure to do that if you would. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. And it's time for my play, right? So let me go ahead and get my game card up for you right now. We will go ahead and put that information here as we got just Chicago Bulls and Sacramento Kings going off tonight. The Kings are on the road, not home here. We got the Bulls here. The Kings lane 1. The total sits here at 236. But this one, I'm going to be here on the on this on the Kings here. Sacramento Kings will be the play, and this is how we'll roll with it here. Sacramento Kings minus the 1 here against the Chicago Bulls, and we'll go through the injury report here really quickly here. It looks like the Kings have been one of the most healthiest teams in the NBA all season. I kind of joked that the Sacramento train staff should be the league's MVP this year because they seem to be healthy just about every time they go in. But we do have Holmes out here for Sacramento. Not as prominent as he was the last few seasons with Sacramento. With Mike Brown, he doesn't seem to be getting much playing court. Trey Lyles also out for Sacramento. Green out for Chicago. Caruso has now hit the injury report, though is probable in this one. But it really comes down to shooting here and the shooting form that we see here from Sacramento. They've been shooting the ball very well. When you look at they're on the road, they've won 6 of 7 on the road, and over this 7-game period, 52% shooting, 41% from 3, averaging 158 points per 100 possessions, a net rating almost +6. When you look at the Bulls here at home, they've dropped 4 of 7 at home. They're shooting only 32% from 3. That's the concern here, is the 3-point shooting. And again, they don't have that inside presence that we saw with Milwaukee when how good Milwaukee was around the basket. I just believe that Sacramento can get past Chicago here. So we'll take the Kings here, lay the 1 in this one. All right. Let's check out Tony'sPicks.com. Right, what do I have going on tonight? I have 4 premium plays. I have a 3-pack from College Hoops. Also a best bet from the NBA right now on the board. So go ahead and get over to my handicapper page over at Tony'sPicks.com. And we'll take a look at what we've got going on for today. Yep, we got a 3-pack up there and also a best bet. My best bet is from the NBA 3-pack here from College Hoops. So go for it. Now, instead of buying the plays individually, you may opt for my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 3rd-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. You go to my handicapper page and make that purchase. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off your purchase there. And, of course, remember the 1-month pass will get you the entire NCAA tournament. The 7-day pass takes you, through the Sweet 16 round when this tournament whittles down to 16 teams. And, of course, the 3-day pass gets you through Friday's action. So you make the call there and just use the promo code again, TonyT at checkout, as you see there, and you will save 20% off. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It's now time to recap the plays from today's show. Mindy like UCF plus 2.5 here against Florida. Ramon, we go to World Baseball Classic tonight, 7 Eastern time. Puerto Rico plus 2.5. Runs plus 105 against Dominican Republic. And I'll be on the Kings, lay the 1 here against the Chicago Bulls. All right. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. Latifah in there as well. Mindy in there. Ibrahim, of course. Blake, as always, a shout out there to Blake. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here on Game Day Picks. We'll be back here again tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Tony's Picks and look up their plays here for you here in real time. So let's go ahead. Let's bring in our crew from today. I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. Wait, goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon and evening, and we'll catch you again here tomorrow here on Game Day Picks.